All right, let's go to Paula in Columbia. Don't tattoo on your face. That's weird. But hey, Paula, what's going on?
Hey, Dr. John. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm all right.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. What's going on?
My husband died 3 weeks ago after an 8-month battle with cancer.
Paula, I'm so sorry. 3 weeks ago. Tell me about him.
Yes. He was awesome.
Yeah.
The happiest person you've met, kind, wonderful, had great life, and has done a bunch of wonderful things in his life, and was just at a point in his life where he was sharing those with other people, teaching them things he knew. Throughout his cancer treatments, he went into every one of them with a smile on his face. He was everyone's favorite patient.
Yeah.
His goals were to eat, sleep, drink, and, kick cancer. And mine were to find all the best treatments and read all the medical journals, and he never once gave up. He was amazing.
And 3 weeks ago, it caught him, huh?
It did.
Can I just tell you, I'm so sorry, Paula.
Thank you.
I hate that
Thank
for you.
you.
I can tell in your voice that you love that guy, and you won the husband lottery with that one. What was his name?
I got a card that said that. I'd said it to a friend, not, when we were early on kind of doing that thing people do about talking about their husbands, things they do. And I said, you know what? I got a good one. There really wasn't anything to complain about. And it was the coolest card to get.
Hey, I got a good one. Like it's like a whispered secret.
I got a good one.
Guess what, guys? I found $100 under my house. Yeah.
I got a really good one, even after 13 years.
What was his name? What was his name?
His name was David.
David. I want to make sure we say his name out loud and honor him. That's awesome.
We actually, we have a son.
Okay.
How old? Is 5.
Five.
He's
okay.
5. And we say his name every day, and we sing to him, and we talk about him, and we have pictures. Charles Connor put pictures on our house, in little areas in our house, and he brought his dad to show and tell last week because he had to pick a word that began with D, and D is for dad.
Wow.
So he is doing awesome now.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the journey, the first 3 months, we didn't tell him anything, but we found great resources, and we were able to bring him on the journey with us. He met nurses and ate at the hospital cafeteria, and he knew his dad was sick, but it helped him with compassion and empathy, and he is the coolest kid, and part of that was because he had the coolest dad.
Yeah.
So.
And I know where you're going with this, so before you even say it, I'm going to tell you. And he had the coolest mom, too.
Yes.
He did. He does. He's got a mom who loves him and a mom who shows up. And a mom who loved his dad, too. And that's magic.
I was more the operational parent,
Doesn't
though.
matter. No, listen, I am the fun dad. And you know what wouldn't happen? Is we'd have no electricity in my house or food. We'd have a really cool fire outside, and we'd write our names in the yard with the lawnmower, but we'd have no food, right? So it takes both, and your son won with you, too.
Herein lies the problem. How do I navigate the upcoming years so that this awesome kid can grow into an awesome man without his dad around?
Yeah.
We have a huge community and great men in it, and there are men in his lives, but there's not that fun in the house and around him constantly.
What a great, heartbreaking question. And thank you for trusting me with that. I know it's even hard to say out loud, because every time you have to say those words without dad, the whole thing just pulls that scab off again. So here's the thing. I'll answer your question, but I'm going to answer it with a caveat, okay?
Okay.
This is a next year question.
Okay.
You're 3 weeks out. And as a planner, and as a controller and as somebody who loves people who are lots of fun, but you were put on this earth to make sure they don't all drive off the cliff together. You are doing your best to tie up every loose end. Right? And to control what you can control, because a grenade just went off in your heart and in your home. And
I'm trying not to control as much.
I know. And bills got to get paid, right? Life insurance has to, all that stuff has to happen. And there's still going to be a roof leak and things like that. But you're worrying on a 20-year challenge right now, and there is still smoke coming out of that house. And so for the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the greatest gift you can give your son is that you be honest about your grief and you cry with him. And when you're sad and you're lonely, you hug him. But also you don't make him responsible for your wellness and your healing. And that mom takes care of mom. And that doesn't mean
a lot of that.
That doesn't mean faking it or flexing, or that means you got someone to talk to. You got people to cry. You've got people you can call when you need to be away from your son and you just need to go for a walk in the woods with a buddy. Like, you know what I mean? It sounds like you have a great community. That's the gift you can give him. Okay? Downstream, you're right. Little boys need models of men. They do. And teaching integrity, honesty, grit, kindness, and strength, those are not gender-specific things. He'll be fun because he's fun. He'll be bonkers because he's bonkers. You can still teach him what strength looks like, even if it's a different kind of strength than the one maybe Dad would have shown him. And by the way, when you tell stories of Dad, they will become almost more powerful than him. So stories of Dad's strength and Dad's character and Dad's integrity will take root in his heart, as will watching you be a person of integrity and strength and character. And you calling those things out explicitly. And so I don't want you to think your son is going to struggle because Dad passed away. That's a trauma. You know that, right? That's a great tragedy. He's going to struggle. He's going to have challenges. And when I say struggle or challenges, I don't mean like, it's all good. Not like that. But his life's going to be harder than mine was because my dad's still here, okay? And he had an incredible father. I don't want to mince that. And he is going to be incredibly blessed by you. And so I don't want you to think that suddenly there's these things that you can't teach him. That's not true. He will need male models. He'll need men in his life that will take him out. I said that kind of weird. I just want to say I should have said he needs male models. I made that whole thing weird. He'll need models of men in his life, right? That will take him fishing and take him hunting or take him to do computer. I don't know what he's into, but whatever he's into. That will be important. And those guys will come. That's for later. That's for later. Mm-hmm. The important thing right now is to sit and just be still and grieve. And I'm so sorry. So sorry.
The sitting part is hard.
It is. It is. But what I'm going to tell you is you can't run from this. And as a controller, you're used to running from it. Because that's what control gives us. Are you set up financially? Are you all okay there?
We became 100% debt-free a month before he passed away.
Wow.
It was a challenge. And, Dave, there's always a person who's gung-ho and there's somebody who's not. Mm-hmm. And so David begrudgingly followed me the entire time, but we did it together.
Yeah.
And being able to look back and say that we did it together is way cooler than after the fact.
Absolutely.
So we're okay. Have an amazing boss, an amazing CEO, an amazing company.
Awesome. Good for you. Good for
we're-
them. Awesome.
We're good. It's just
Hold
there's
on.
just a lot.
Hold on. And you're not good. You lost your best friend.
Yeah.
And it's okay to not be good. It's okay to not be good. It's okay to not be strong. It's okay to not be in control.
Thank you.
The world doesn't need any more strong sprinters. Right? Dave always says, my Dave always says, he reads the tortoise and the hare every year, and the tortoise wins every time. Your little boy, Paula, is really lucky to have you. Real lucky to have you. He's really lucky to have the community he's in, and he's really lucky to have spent 5 magical years with the magical, incredible dad.
You are correct.
And so sit in the memory and the love of your husband. Sit in the pain and the hurt of you lost your best friend and co-pilot, your forever guy. Sit in the grief that your son lost his dad. Sit in the joy that, man, he got to spend 5 years with somebody who was just magic. And then be about the slow process of healing. Don't hide your grieving from your son. Don't bury him with it either. Put people in your life that will call you out on making sure you're eating, making sure you're walking, making sure you're going to work, making sure your son's got somewhere to go on the weekends and go play and be around people his own age. Make sure he's got a counselor that will walk with him. That'll be different than you, more than likely. And recognize this isn't a sprint. This isn't something you can wrap your arms around. You can't control grief. You can't wrap it up and hold it really tight. It'll pull you underwater. You have to breathe through it. It's so hard, and I'm so sorry. And by the way, there's no rules to grief. It'll hit you at weird times and weird moments. There's no expectations. You have to grieve like this and this way in this amount of time. People are going to try to shape your grief to make them comfortable. They don't get that. Your story is your story, and your son's is your son's, and y'all are in this together. And what an extraordinary testament to the world, your husband, who fought valiantly, who smiled all the way to the end, and who handed that baton of being free financially to you. He just made it. What an incredible testament. So David, we salute you, brother. And we all hope to see you sometime. And high five you, man. Thanks for being a husband who loved his wife and loved his kid. Whew. Thanks for the call, Paula. Thank you so much.